Hi everybody, this is Sev. Welcome to our Norwex demo. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for people to, not a couple minutes, a couple of seconds for people to hop on. As you're joining, say hello, comment, introduce yourself, let us know how you know our host, let us know how you know each other, let's make this super interactive. So hey everyone. Okay, so I'm Sev. Welcome everybody. Just say hello. Don't be afraid to comment. I actually pre-recorded this video, but we're still live. This is still a live event. Like I'm right here with you in the comments, right? So any questions you ask, any comments, I will answer. I will comment back. I will, let's make this super interactive, right? I do this because it's better for internet connections as far as the videos and the audios to work better. Plus, it allows me to tell you exactly what I want to say, answer your questions in the comment, but I don't make this demo any longer because I really want to respect your time today, okay? All right, so hello. Even if you're watching the replay later, go ahead and say hi, comment, tag me if you have any specific questions, just let's have a fun interaction here. Okay, so welcome to our party. I'm excited to share life-changing products with you today, okay? So my name is Sev, and I'm gonna show you a new way to clean your home that is safer, that is cheaper, and that is faster, and that is with one cloth and water, no more chemicals, right? So let me tell you a little bit about me. I went to my first party 9 years ago, right? So it was the summer of 2015, so a little bit over 9 years ago now, and I was blown away by Norwex. I mean, I had no idea what it was. I was using chemicals after chemicals in my home. I just did not know. And I could not believe how much time and money and how much safer my entire family could be by using a few cloths and water. And it worked, right? So we were a one-income family at the time. My husband works full-time, but I've always been home with the kids. I actually homeschool. I have 3 kids. And we couldn't afford a whole lot, but I wanted all the catalogs. So I purchased what I could, and you know what I did for the rest is I hosted a party. It's free, it's fun, and when you host a party, you actually help your host unlock more rewards, right? And that's actually what these little gifts are for right there. The blue, the pink, and the green, those are for you. When you want to host a party anytime during this demo, or when you watch the replay, or as long as this party is open, just pick a bag. Just comment below, book me blue, book me green, whatever, favorite color. And each of these bags, I'll show you after the demo, has one of my favorite products that I use daily, right? 3 different products right there. And then if all 3 bags are taken, that big orange one, it's for the host. So when all 3 bags are picked out and after those parties are held, then I'm gonna send her a product from her wish list that I have right here in this bag. So it's exciting for everybody, right? So if your wish list is too long, or if you're like already excited about the products, and anytime you're like, okay, I'm gonna have a party, just comment, book me, and pick blue, pink, or green, and then we'll discuss, about your party later. Okay, now, I told you I was a stay-at-home mom. I'm not a salesperson, okay? But selling Norwex, starting 9 years ago, almost 9 years ago now, has completely changed our life, right? We were able to get out of debt. We were able to replace a car with cash, help with a down payment on the house we're in right now. Or even if you just like, I just need $400 a month. What would you do with $400 a month, right? I would love to hear in the comments. Or what would you do with any extra income? Would you cover a class for your child, a sport event, not a sport event, but you know what I'm talking about, like an activity, dance or horseback riding or hockey or something. Would you go on vacation? Would you put some money in savings? Would you replace tires on your car? All those things, right? It's all life stuff that we need. And so, watch what I do, because this might actually be a good fit for your family, and these products are life-changing and everybody cleans, right? So that's what I thought. Well, I can't really sell anything, and I don't particularly like sales, but I clean, and so does everybody. So let's just show people how that works. Okay, so what is Norwex? Okay, like I said, you clean with a cloth and water, and it actually cleans your home. Why do we need that, right? We have cleaners. So what's the problem with cleaners? Do you know that there's actually two ways you can clean, okay? Chemical cleaning, which would be the chemical products like this, and mechanical cleaning, which is Norwex, right? So let's start with chemical cleaning. Who uses things like this? Who has window cleaners at their home? Who has floor cleaners? Who has bleach solutions? Who has dusting sprays? And of course, all of that comes with all the paper towels that you need, right? And those are really expensive. So that was the queen of those. So that's specifically something that I was using a lot at my house before Norwex. So chemical cleaning kills, right? There's a chemical reaction, it actually kills something. So you see right here, kills 99.9% of bacteria and viruses. And they make it nice and big here because it is attractive. This is what you want, right? You read that and you said, yes, this is what I need, right? Problem number one, the ingredients. Who has ever started looking into ingredients of, you know, what they eat, maybe personal care products, cleaners, you know, some people are already, you know, paying attention to that. Maybe someone in your family suffers from allergy or asthma, or, you know, someone who developed a cancer. So if you saw all the statistics I posted in this group earlier, a couple of days ago, I think, those are scary. But yes, babies are born with the ingredients and those chemicals in their cord blood because it transfers from the mom to the baby while before they're even born, right? Asthma, allergies, the cancer rates is through the roof because a lot of cancers have now found to be environmentally triggered. So not like a genetic cause, but more like what we put in our bodies, what we breathe, what we touch, what we're around all the time, right? So this is the problem with ingredients because, you know, let's face it, no one puts gloves on, mask, you know, we're supposed to open windows to let ventilate, all of that. A lot of those things we don't do. And then the second main issues is actually following the instruction. And that's probably the biggest thing that makes us not get to this result. So what we're saying is, it's not that these chemicals don't work, is that we're not following the instructions to make them work this way. So do you know that particularly for these wipes, it says, allow the surface to remain wet for 4 minutes in order to disinfect. Right? So that means that you have to use however many wipes like this. Did you know that? Anybody knew that? I had no clue. And I have used those. I had used those for years until about 9 years ago. So you have to use however many of these wipes to keep the surface wet and do this for 4 minutes. We don't have time to do that. And then step number 2, rinse food contact surfaces with clean potable water after disinfecting. So that means now you get a clean rag with clean water on it and then wipe your kitchen counter, kitchen table, kitchen surfaces where you would put food again on that, because now you have dead bacteria and viruses on there, right? Even if they get killed, they're not dead on your surfaces, but nobody does that. So the problem is that when you use this, you grab a wipe, you wipe and you go away and you think it's clean because it smells clean, right? And we associate clean with a smell, and it's not your fault, it's not my fault. We have been taught that for years. So this new way to clean with Norwex is going to retrain your brain to where you don't need these chemicals, you don't need a smell. Clean doesn't have a smell, it has a feel. And with Norwex, you will get that feel. So now this, you have the ingredients, they get on your skin, they leave residue, you ingest it, you breathe it, you touch it, it gets through your skin within, I think, 26 seconds. Anything that goes through your skin is in your bloodstream within 26 seconds, okay? So that's the problem. What's the other way to clean is a cloth and water, and it's mechanical cleaning, meaning we're not killing the bacteria, the viruses, we're actually picking it up, everything from your surface. So how does this work? So I'm going to show you, this says Safe Haven 5 set, so it's our top 5 products. I'm going to show you a few more after that that are my favorites, but definitely this is a great starter set to start with. I actually did post it about the mop. Who saw the mop video? It's this afternoon. It was earlier this afternoon. I posted about me mopping my floors in my room, hardwood floors or whatever they are, with this mop. So who has the mop? Anybody has the mop and wants to share what they love about the mop the most? This is the most prized possession that we have in the catalog. It is the most expensive product. You get this whole set together, but it's worth every penny. You can actually get it free by hosting a party, right? If you want to host a party, pick one of the first 3 bags here. Just write book me in pink, green, or blue to host a party, and then the orange bag is for the host in case you just hopped on. But you actually can get them up for free as a new consultant in your starter kit. It is actually free to join Norwex, and all the products I'm about to talk about, almost all the products I'm about to talk about, 99% of them come for free in your starter kit. So if you have watched the video, you've noticed that I didn't use a bucket, I didn't use any dilution things. You get 2 pads, the dry pad yellow to pick up all the hair, all the dust, all the debris from your floors, unbelievable. And then the blue pad wet, this one's still dry, but you wet it, and it actually picks up 99% of bacteria from your surface. It is mind-blowing. This has totally changed the way I mop my floors. And in case you've noticed this right here, it's the spray mop attachment, this little part right here. You may have the mop, but you may not have that. This is actually a way to spray water. When you keep it straight like this and you push down with the handle, it sprays water right out of this hole right here. And so you can actually keep wetting the floors and your pad even if you're mopping a big surface, right? Okay, so how does Norwex work? Let's start with the Enviro cloth. This is our everything cloth. Who has an Enviro cloth? If you only have one cloth, that's probably the one you have. So it says E like everything. This is your everything cloth. This will pick up 99% of bacteria anywhere in your home, from your sink to your counters to your toilet seat to a wall, a doorknob, a mirror, a window, everything. So how does this work? So this is a microfiber cloth, right? You can find a microfiber cloth at the store. What's the difference? When you go to a store, the fibers in those cloths, if they're called a microfiber, are typically 1/6 the size of a hair. Okay, that's the size in order to be a microfiber, right? Small fiber. The fibers in our Norwex cloth are 1/200th the size of a hair. So now we're talking, I mean, 1/6 is already pretty small, but now we're talking microscopically tiny. This one cloth that's barely covering my torso has about 2,000 miles of fibers, 10 million feet, just in this right here. Tiny, tiny, tiny fibers that when you wet them, they will pick up 99% of bacteria from your surface, just picking them up like teeny tiny hands that just grab everything as the cloth comes in contact with the surface, okay? So you're not killing the bacteria, you're actually picking it up, and that's where you actually get a real clean. Because if you look for the definition of clean in a dictionary, it's going to tell you void of germs. It's not going to tell you covered with chemical residue. It's not going to tell you smells like lemon. It will tell you that it's void of germs, means they have been removed. And that's what Norwex does, is it physically picks up and removes everything from your surface, right? Now, what happens once all the bacteria is in here, right? Anybody has used these? What happens when they start getting bacteria in them, right? I mean, typically bacteria multiply, proliferate, and next thing you know, within hours or days, you get that smell, right? Not here. There's actually silver in the cloth. Who knows what silver is good for? I'm just gonna give you a few seconds because I actually didn't know. If you work in the medical field, you might actually know. And while I'm letting you think, if there's the word backlock on the tag right here above the name Norwex, backlock means there's silver in the cloth, bacteria lock. So silver is actually antibacterial, naturally antibacterial. So they've used silver for decades in all kinds of fields, to medically especially, silverdene, colloidal silver, silver nitrate. So silver keeps bacteria from growing. So in your cloth, it's actually going to keep the bacteria that get in there from multiplying and growing. It's like they can't make babies, so it's like your bacteria birth control for the cloth, right? If you want to think of it that way, in a fun way. But it keeps this cloth from growing that nasty mildew smell, so you actually get a cloth that purifies itself, so it's not going to smell. So okay, let's clean. So I have some raw chicken, okay, because this is just the best way to show something really dirty. And raw chicken actually has protein in it. And we were just talking about bacteria. So I use this because one, I can test protein. You know, there's no bacteria testers, but we have protein testers that look like this. And if you ever want to buy your own, they come from the company called Hygienia. So this is not a Norwex product, right? But the main thing is that protein is actually smaller than bacteria and smaller than viruses. So I know that if I successfully remove protein with the Norwex cloth and water, I know that everything else is actually getting removed. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So let's put some raw chicken on here. Sorry, so I just smear some chicken juice here. Okay, nice and easy. And since I have 2 swabs, I'm gonna first use one as a test run. So the way this works is it's a little, you know, cotton thing. It gets in there. There's a liquid at the top here. When the liquid drops to the bottom, it will turn one of these colors. If it turns green, it means no protein was detected. If it turns gray, pink, or purple, that means we detected protein, okay? So pretty simple. Let's kind of give this first one a try to get a feel for how they work, just to make sure that they work properly. So technically this should turn purple pretty quickly, right? So here it is. See, purple down there, just like the purple here. So there's a lot of protein on here. We just put raw chicken. So far so good, okay? Now let's clean with Norwex. So this is my EnviroCloth. This is the one I use in my kitchen. So I already wetted it. It's just down. Okay, I wrung it out. It's not dripping wet, it's just down. Fold it flat. You are cleaning mechanically. So there is a, you want to contact, right? So don't scrunch or ball your cloth like that. You're not picking up as much. So just make it like that. And you'll see that the way of folding this cloth, not only is it kind of the size of most people's hands, but when this one side gets overwhelmed with nasty, you can always go to the next side and the next side. And so let's pick the side that has the tag here. That way we remember which side we did the chicken on, okay? So now we're picking up the raw chicken. Just picking up the juice here, and that's the chicken side, if you remember, with the tag being right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this was the thing that was already used, so now let's use the second one. Hasn't been used yet. You ready? Okay, so this is before. What color do you think it's gonna be? And this is after. What? Tell you what, I've done this 9 years and it still amazes me. So if you have not said anything until now, I would love to hear from you. What do you think is going on? So before Norwex, there's the protein being detected on the board. After Norwex and water, and now it's green, meaning we did not detect any protein. So where'd it go? Right here, in this side of the cloth. It's not a David Copperfield show, right? It is in here. In fact, it's so much in here. If you remember 10 million feet of fibers, 2,000 miles, all these nooks and crannies are trapping the juice and all the grinds. So like if I'm gonna use that same side again to clean, there's nothing on the surface of the cloth. In fact, I'm gonna test that surface itself right here to see if we can find that chicken, that protein, and it's in there. So we're not gonna be able to find it. See, we're still green, like all around the swabs. Now, I know you're thinking, well, does the second swab work? Should I, what's going on? So I'm gonna put this in the actual chicken juice so we can see that indeed they both turn purple. See, they will both turn purple when they run into protein from the raw chicken. So it works, right? It works. So that's why it's totally fine if I want to do this. Let me do it again in case you didn't see it. I have licked something for 9 years and no, I have not gotten sick. Why? Because the only thing that's on here was water, right? That's why I picked up the little liquid from the top because I don't want to lick that. That's why I picked it up right before I licked. But now my saliva is on here, but I'm going to pick this up. And you know what? This is my cutting board. This is the Norwex cutting board. If you need a new cutting board, we've got several sizes. That's the medium, small. This is mini, and we have a large one. But this is my own cutting board. Not plastic, not wood, super durable, made from rice husks, which is the part of the rice that is being discarded in production, the outer layer of rice. So durable. I mean, you can tell I've used this. You can tell it's not brand new. but you don't have any knife marks. Let me show you one that I've used even more. This is the you can tell, I mean, this is not new, but you don't have knife marks. So I'm gonna put it right back in the drawer because I don't need to wash it because I Norwexed it and it works, right? So there it is. Okay, so number 2, window cloth. Who has a window cloth? If you do, you're like, that's my favorite. Isn't it your favorite? So these two together, EnviroCloth and window cloth, make an amazing duo. Now, don't let the word window make you feel like you can only use it on windows, because that is not the case. But appliances, there's my fridge, stovetop, countertop, mirrors, windows, storm door, anything you need. Okay, I'm gonna put that chicken away, but I'm gonna get my butter, and I'm gonna put some butter on the door, because it's actually not too bad. It's one of my kids' chores is to wipe the fridge, because again, it's easy for the kids to do, it's safe. They take those 2 cloths and then done. Okay, so a little butter here. I know you probably don't have butter on your fridge. It's just, you know, picture that being the dog slobber. Anybody has fur friends? Anybody has little handprints? I've got the handprints. I do not have pets, but I've got the kids and the handprints. Or even if you had this on your stovetop. So it's funny how depending on where that would be, you may actually reach for this. Or because it's on here, you may reach for your paper towels and your window cleaner. If it was on your table, you might reach for something else. See, we have so many different cleaners that really a handful of cloths can clean all over. I love the simplicity of Norwex. So if you were using, you know, this is grimy, it's slimy, it's miserable when you use your paper towels and your window cleaner. You're just smearing it around, and then you have streaks. Who wants to get rid of their streaks? I had so many streaks. Norwex doesn't let streaks anymore. This window cloth is your streak-free, shiny cloth, okay? So instead of drowning this in lint from the paper towels or the lower quality cloths, and of course the, you know, whatever cleaner you would use, pick it up with Norwex. Okay, so this is the side where we clean the chicken. Remember the side with the tag? You can always go to the next side and it has not seen the chicken, and so now you can clean with that side, right? And so see, I've actually picked up the butter. You see all the white here? It was not too much butter. I've put more before, but if you felt like, okay, that's a lot of butter, you can always turn inside out. And now you have 2 sides that have not touched butter or raw chicken before. You know what? Since I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my fridge, because that's one of the perks of being a consultant. You actually get paid to clean your own house. It's pretty cool. So now we're here. Listen. Who loves that sound? I love that squeaky clean sound, right? So now I have a fridge or a surface that is clean from my Norwex EnviroCloth, but it's wet, so that's where the window cloth comes in. Window cloth is completely dry, but it's gonna shine my fridge. Just pay attention to right here where my hand is. You know, you see how the streaks are disappearing? Not the streaks, but like the traces of water. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So now right here on the edge, same thing. You see how you have traces of water, and boom, they're gone. Look at that shine. Am I crazy? So I guess I went all the way here, right? So I need to finish this job right here. Done. 15 seconds and you get your surface clean. And that was just 2 cloths. So now you're doing the math thinking, oh yes, I'm saving lots of money. You're saving hundreds of dollars on paper towels, window cleaner, antibacterial wipes, 4-9s, bleachy solutions, 4 cleaners, dusting sprays with just a handful of cloths. And that's every year, right? Because you don't have to buy, you know, every few months all these cleaners that are, you know, running out and you need more. And these 2 cloths for your little hands at home, kids, grandkids, it's safe, it is simple, and it works. It really works, okay? So let's talk paper towels for a second. Do you know, I actually posted about that a couple of days ago. Did you see the counter cloths? So these are perfect if you're like, I like this size of paper towels. Norwex has those counter cloths that are exactly the size of a select the sheet paper towel size, right? So kind of like that right there. They come in that little house. There's also other colors. I'm just in a kind of neutral mode right now. But we've got blues and purples too, and blacks. I can't remember which ones I'm not having in here. But you can get them with or without that little house holder, but it's super functional. And so these right there they're like popcorn weaves. So not only do they clean with just water, but they also absorb a ton of water. So any spills in the kitchen, some people actually use that in their bathroom because it's so stinking cute and so practical. So just wanted to show those. One of them you can actually get for free over the next couple of days. So woo! All right, let's dust. The dust mitt. So I guess I'm pulling stuff out of my box, you know, like a magician out of a like Mary Poppins out of her bag, right? But the dust mitt actually has a thick weave on both sides, and it actually has a static charge in it, so it dusts. So does the dry mop pad. Remember the mop I told you that I posted a video on earlier? When you put your mop pad, so both pads Velcro on the mop, right? I showed that in the video. Well, when you put it on the floor, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like I can feel the static electricity that's in the dry fibers that you have static when you use Norwex dry, and it actually sucks on the floor, so to speak. So this will actually attract the dust, the hair, the debris, so it dusts. It doesn't fluff it up, it actually dusts. And that's why I usually do this to make it extra staticky. Or if you get a second dust mitt, and we actually have 2 or 3 different colors, but those are actually the same, you become a dusting ninja, and you can just do them like that and then just touch all your knickknacks and your decor, furniture, blinds, air return vents, dashboards, electronics, everywhere. And for little hands too. But the best part is, because you're not using dusting spray, you don't have to dust as often. Dusting spray leaves a residue on your surfaces, and that's why you have to dust more often. Anybody has the dust mitt? Could you give us your honest testimony? Have you found that you actually don't have to dust as often? I have, because when you remove the dust efficiently, 2, you're not leaving an oily residue, because when the dust kind of falls back down, it kind of does this thing, and it will fall back down. It will come back, but it will take longer to come back if you have not layered your surface with chemical residue. If you have, it will kind of be attracted faster, so you're having to dust more often. So with these, you don't have to. And that's why you want to have a party, because you want to get your hands on several of these, especially the EnviroCloth and the window cloth. This is great in every wet space in your home, you know, the kitchen, the bathrooms. I even have one in our garage for the car, right? So if you want to book a party, remember, grab one of these bags if they're not already taken. If all 3 bags are already taken, still book me, and I will still have a freebie for you, don't worry. Okay, so I don't know if I said air return vent with that, but yeah, it's great where you change the filters. I think I did say that. Okay, any questions so far? So we've cleaned, we've shined streak-free, we've dusted, right? What about tough jobs? What about this or this? What about the grill? What about just shoes after you mow? What about those really tough jobs? You're right. And EnviroCloth and water is not going to tackle everything. Like I said, we're not in a magic show here. So what we need is the cleaning paste. Who has a cleaning paste? And if you have one, how long have you had it? So this is your elbow grease in a jar for all those tough jobs, but I like that it's your one stop for all. See, there's a cleaner for the stovetop. There's a separate cleaner for the oven. There's a separate cleaner for the shower and the bathrooms area. There's a separate cleaner for car headlights. There's a separate cleaner for outdoor stuff, right? Now you have it all in a non-toxic cleaner. So this is made out of, it's like chalk. Like, it comes completely full. I recently did an oven with that. That's why it's a little bit black, but it's not toxic. It is made from chalk, like sidewalk chalk, marble flour, coconut oil, and natural soap. So this is actually safe. I mean, this is great on your whiteboard in your classroom, and it is safe for the students to even do their desk. Because one thing that it does really well is permanent marker. It will remove permanent marker from your skin, or here, let's try it on a piece of floor, walls, baseboards, table. I mean, think about nail polish on all the wrong places, right? So we've got a little dry here, right here. And so what you do is you get your damp and viral cloth. I'm still using the same one I've done the chicken and the butter with, right? And then you just dab a little corner, right? A little bit goes a long way. So that's why I was asking you, how long have you had it? Because this will be going on 7 to 8 years. So unless you have a big house, you want one downstairs, one upstairs, one is really all you need, or you're gonna have to update your will, and because one of them is gonna be passed on to your children and grandchildren. It lasts a long while. But I love that it's super versatile. It goes in all over the kitchen, garage, car headlights, inside the car, outside the car too. And then soap scum, hard water, rust, tarnish, grouts. This is incredible on tile grouts, okay? So just to show you here, it will actually help remove the permanent marker from your floors, to save your floors when your kids and grandkids have decided to do some, you know, floor art or on the walls or on their faces, right? So that is pretty cool. Meanwhile, I mean, see, I still have some on there. I could keep going with something else, but I love this because I love having one cleaner that replaces 5 or 6 from the store, right? Huge money saving, and it's safer. My kids even use it without, you know, me having to be around. Now, how do we care for all of that? I know possibly someone is wondering, what do I do with this cloth now? It has raw chicken, it has butter in it, it has permanent marker and the stain. I mean, what if it had food and wine and prune juice and milk and beer or whatever? All these things would likely, right, stain or smell or something. So when you're done with your cloth, go rinse it. Go to your sink and rinse. Rub it, rub, in case there's a piece of raw chicken, in case there's rice or hair or food or some staining or something, right? So you want to get what's on the surface of the cloth down the drain, right? That's the idea. So rinse, 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 rub, wring it out and hang it to dry. Let me let you in my pantry. So my pantry is right here, and see, I've got 9 hooks. That's a chenille pad right here. I've got another Enviro cloth and a window cloth here. That's a fly swatter, never mind. But you know, like, you can hang your cloths here when you're done and they dry. I haven't rinsed it yet, so I'm not gonna let it here, but and while they dry, the silver goes to work and actually purifies the cloth, right? Now, once a week, once every other week, just throw it in the wash, okay? Warm water or hot water is great. Dryer is perfectly fine. If anything else, the dryer will help recharge the static of your, you know, all your dusting tools. So that's not a problem at all. No bleach, no fabric softener, no dry sheets. Bleach is just toxic and aggressive. Really, really try to stay away from it. Dry sheets and fabric softener coat. They will coat the fibers over time. And remember, the fibers is what cleans. So you want these little fibers to be clear of artificial ingredients that are gonna clog them in order for them to actually do their job of picking up the 99% of bacteria from your surface, right? Now, what detergent are we talking about, okay? So we have a couple of detergents I would definitely recommend on a, you know, not both, either one of them. We have a powder called the Ultra Power Plus. Anybody has that? Or anybody has the liquid? It comes with a pump too. This one's lavender, but we also have a unscented version. So that's really 3 detergent you can choose from. And for, like, if you're traveling a lot or a small space, we also have these Eco Wash Strip, which are, they instantly, you can cut them and, oh, there's a hair right here. And they actually dissolve in the water, I mean, instantly. They're 100% biodegradable, so you can actually literally put this in a river. If you're camping and do your laundry in the river, you will not harm the local river life or marine or anybody. It is just really amazing. They're not as economical as far as cost, but it's a great way to, you know, like if you don't have any space or you're traveling, you put this in a Ziploc bag, you're done. It's super easy. For daily, you know, weekly laundry, I highly recommend the liquid or the powder. Why? Because see, if you start getting laundry detergent from the store like these, liquid is the blue one and green is the powder. Do you see all that fat floating in there in the blue? That's animal fat, okay? Those are the fillers. There's also artificial fragrances, dyes, sulfates, phosphates, chlorine, optical brighteners, all that stuff that's in there. And it gets in your clothes and it gets in your skin. And what is the first thing a dermatologist asks you if you have skin issues? What do you wash your clothes into? What fabric softener do you use, right? They don't ask you what lotion you put on or what you eat. They usually ask about laundry. And so in the powder, we actually have a ton of debris. Let's see, where are those? There they are. Do you see all the debris that are falling right there? They're like, there they are. It's like sawdust, bones, or shattered glass, in addition to all the artificial fragrances, dyes, and all of that. So that's why you typically need a big amount of these to do one load, because a lot of ingredients in there don't actually clean the clothes. They're just like extras, right? So our detergent are so concentrated. That's kind of what it looks like. I mean, you could almost guess how many fingers I've got back here, right? That every little bit counts. No fillers, no artificial fragrances or dyes, no sulfates, no phosphates, no chlorine, no optical brighteners in here. So a teaspoon per load, HE, high efficiency load, 1 squirt. So one, just press on that once. This will go about 175 loads HE. This will go 210, 220. Because this actually has enzymes in it, so it's even more concentrated. I know it's hard to believe that the bottle will last longer than the bag, but it will. So again, money savings, it works. I have 3 kids, I have a husband, we're runners. My kids are really active. We stink, let's just be honest. We've got blood, we've got poop, pee, my kids mostly, sweats, grass stains, dirt, and the vomit and all that stuff, right? So I needed a laundry detergent that works, and these do, okay? So you can choose if you're powder or liquid, but if you're like, you know what, I have a lot of laundry detergent left for my family to use on the laundry, I don't want to waste it, I totally get it. Consider getting one of these, if not just to care for your Norwex, right? Once a week, once every other week, and then you're gonna have them for 2 years. I mean, it's gonna last for a while, but at least you can care for your Norwex well, that way you protect your investment. So these will last for years, right? So when you rinse them after use, hang them to dry, launder them just about once a week. I did the math, they will last 500 washes, which is about 9.5 years of use. So let's just be pessimistic and say 6 to 8 years. 6 to 8 years during which you'll have to go down the aisle at the store to replace all your cleaners and your paper towels, and you're saving hundreds of dollars every year. Okay, so that was the Safe Haven 5. Those 5. The mop is an extra one. Now let me tell you about a few favorites that I love. Kitchen cloth and kitchen towel, okay? Kitchen cloth, and that's the kitchen towel. Anybody has those? Now, this is one of 10 colors that we have. The towel is bigger, but see, like the towel, I've got this color right now because it's fall, so I wanted to have but that's the color I have right here, the towel, and that's my cloth right here. I use the cloth damp all day long to wipe counters and tables in the kitchen. I love that it grabs crumbs really well. I use that cloth 100 times a day. So I definitely launder it after about a week, right? The towel can actually last longer. They both have the silver. So guess what? You can keep your towel handy at your sink or anywhere where guests are gonna use it, and they're not gonna stink after the first 2 hours. You can have this for a week or 2 thanks to the silver. And they absorb so much water. You're gonna dry your hands, you're gonna dry dishes. It's gonna be incredible. Even when they feel like they're heavy with water, they're still absorbing water. They're still gonna dry. So I love this duo. In the same note, that is probably my favorite product in the kitchen. Anybody has the dishcloth? I have a sticker on there, but don't pay attention to that. This is a dishcloth. This is what replaces this, okay? So it's a big net. It's like a big net, just like that, right? Again, don't pay attention to the sticker, but here's mine. This is mine right here in the sink. I just wanted to show you because I think people might not realize how life-changing this is. This is my dishcloth, okay? So it's the replacement for your sponge. It will never smell, right? Because it doesn't have, it has too many holes, the bacteria cannot physically hold on to this. So when you get the food off of it at the end of the night, it will not stink. So the way you use it is you wet it. You put some dishwashing liquid. So I actually have the Norwex dishwashing liquid in here, just like for it to look pretty like this. You can use any dishwashing liquid you have. I just like to use one that's not gonna mess my hands and my skin. And see, it foams a ton. And so you hold it in your hand just like you would a sponge. And you can just basically do your dishes. See what's, I mean, you can wash like dozens and dozens of dishes before you actually run out of juice, so to speak, you know. See, we're still full of it. I just love it. And so like, we had some rice earlier, so I've got the rice cooker bowl here. So let's say I've got rice that gets caught in that. I'm just gonna rinse it after to make sure that, okay. See, nice and clean. And then let's say I'm done. So let's say I'm done, I'm just gonna rinse it. Just rinsing it, making sure getting the soap off, especially the food, okay? And then mine just sleeps at the bottom of my sink. I'm not gonna pretend I hang it to dry, but doesn't matter, it will not stink because bacteria cannot hold on to it. This has changed our life because like this whole area, the kitchen sink between the sponge and the kitchen towel, before Norwex, this area could really have on a sour smell. You know what I'm talking about? You walk by your sink and you're like, oh, who's that? You know, who died here? Or like, oh man, I forgot to change the towel. It smells bad. So not anymore. With these two easy changes around your sink, I don't have that smell anymore. This is just asking for bacteria to get in there and produce more bacteria and take over. And that's why they smell really quickly. This one's never been used, so it doesn't smell like anything. Okay, last couple and we're done. This is actually one I don't show a lot, so this may be new to you. So I wanted to show how I have it attached to my purse. This is the optic scarf. So we have several colors. It comes with the hook like this. This one is the snake print. I really like the colors, so I've been using that one. This is the only cloth that we have that is actually completely safe for like anti-glare. I know I have glasses somewhere. So for anti-glare or tint, if you have sunglasses. But I want to show you like here on my, this is one of my kids' iPad. We homeschool, so sometimes they do school on iPads like this. Look at this. I'm going to do about half of it. Can you see the difference? Isn't that crazy? And you know what works even better is to put a tiny bit of water on the surface. I usually like when you run your glasses under the water to make them wet, it works better once there's a little water. Look at this. Look at this night and day. Isn't that crazy? These optic scarves will get your phones, your tablets, your screens of any kind, your camera lenses, your glasses, even with expensive coating. If you have expensive anti-glare or tint added to it, it's not going to damage that. And you can hook it up to a backpack, a purse, any sort of bag, like I had mine right there, and just always have it handy right there with your purse. So isn't that amazing? I mean, I love my optic scarf. These make great gifts, teacher gifts, or people in your family. You know, anyway, I just wanted to show that. And then the last one I was gonna show you, I know, right? So if you're excited, seriously, if you're like, okay, I want so many things, just host a party, right? I want to reiterate that this blue bag, the pink bag, and the green bags are for you to get for free by hosting a party. And 3 cloths that I have talked about during this demo, they're in there because I use them all the time and they're my favorite, and I want you to have them. And then if all 3 bags are taken, that orange bag is for our host today, right? And if you're like, okay, wow, this product is amazing, I could really use $400 a month, seriously, let me know if you have any questions about this business, because Norwex is a debt-free company. Like, they're financially extremely stable. They've never had a single debt in 30 years they've been around. They've been in the US since 2011. So that could be why you haven't heard about it yet until this party. But you can make a side income in addition to being, you know, full-time or part-time, or maybe you're a stay-at-home parent or you're retired. You can still, you know, do Norwex on the side and earn some income and sharing a product that everybody loves, and you actually join for free, right? So the last product I want to tell you about, it's my absolute favorite. It's the the body and face cloth. So who has a body and face cloth? Everybody, in my opinion, should have a body and face cloth in their bathroom. So this is for your skin, right? This is going to remove 99% of bacteria from your skin. So I have not used soap in almost 9 years anywhere on my body. I use shampoo and conditioner because I have hair. My husband is completely bald, so he doesn't use soap at all. From the top of his skull to the bottom of his feet and everywhere in between, he uses this body cloth to clean his body, his face, and even shaving. I'll show you. So I'll explain it. So I have some makeup on here. So it feels amazing. I cannot describe. It takes all your makeup off. Mascara, if you have waterproof mascara, just let it sit an extra minute. Maybe use warmer water. Right now it's actually cold water and it feels great because I'm getting a little bit warm here. It will replace all the cottons, the toners, the cleanser, the mascara remover that maybe you're having to purchase every often, right? And so it leaves your skin unbelievably, again, clean. Clean has a feel. This is something you will actually feel because it's on yourself, right? You can touch the fridge door all day long and it's like, oh yeah, that's clean, I can tell. But on your own skin, like, you can't escape that. And so it feels incredible. And so now my makeup is gone, my skin is cleansed, and I just need to put, you know, day cream, night cream, depending if it's morning or night, and go on, right? And look at that. And then I usually continue from head to toe, and I finish with this region. So you start with your face, you finish with your behind, right? And then when you're done, so it's gonna remove all the bacteria from your skin. What causes body odors? I know you're like, Sev has lost her mind. No, let's think about what causes body odors. What do we think here? What's in the sweat? Bacteria. Sweating is actually not the bad part. We are designed to sweat. We need to sweat to cool our body down. What we don't want is the stink, right? Well, the stink comes from bacteria that show up throughout the day. Here as well, in your feet as well, that's where the smell comes from. So when you grab that and you wipe your skin, your body, your face, it will remove all the bacteria, and so you are clean. Now, it is the biggest change, I am not denying, but it works. And shaving, so let's say I was shaving here, I would go over my leg right here and it will exfoliate all the dead skins, and then all I need is a wet razor and I shave right on my skin. No more cream, no more gel, no soap needed. It will be the closest shave you've ever had. My husband shaves this and all of this every day or every other day with his damn body cloth and a wet razor. That's it. So life changing. Love this body cloth. Okay, so if you have any questions, please keep commenting. I'm here answering. But how do we order, right? So you can do one of three things today. You can place an order and or book a party and or even decide that you might want to join as a consultant to earn some income. So for ordering, just go ahead and message me. I will post the link, but I know that Facebook shuffles everything, so I want to be able to serve you and answer your questions. I can even build your cart for you or make sure you're getting what you want, and so just message me. That way I can make sure I answer all your questions and give you great customer service. So if you have a catalog like this, you can go to the end of it, or on the website you can go under the specials and see the Safe Haven 5, which is what I've talked about. It's actually this box right here. It's the Safe Haven 5. What I have showed though is the Safe Haven Package Plus. Actually, almost, because I forgot to talk about, see, I'm not even, you can totally do this better than me. I'm a hot mess. I forgot to talk about the Spear sponge, which actually comes in the, these two sponges right there that come in the Safe Package Plus. This is a non-scratchy sponge that you can use on your stovetop, on your glass, on anywhere, especially with the cleaning paste. So that goes really well with our cleaning paste to give it more scrubbing power. So you actually get 2 in the set here. But these 2 packages is kind of what I've covered. If you're like, I want everything, we have a just add water package down there, right? So just look right here. There may be a package that you might want right away. And of course, all the other products are throughout the catalog or online on the link right now. I have some deals for you. When you place your order by tomorrow night, so midnight, right? So you have a whole new over 24 hours to rewatch this, to catch up parts you missed, and to place an order. So I'm calling that the Cinderella deals. When you place your order before tomorrow night, before midnight, like Cinderella had to get home, right? When you spend $50, I'm gonna give you a little sample of detergent. It's gonna be a little packet with instructions to make your own little, I call it magic spray. So yeah, I have UPP on here because I dilute 1 teaspoon of this in a cup of water in a spray bottle, and it's my magic spray. I get stains out of carpets, rugs, and furniture all the time with this. So I'm gonna instruct you to mix your packet in your own spray bottle at home. So you'll get that for free with a $50 order. If you spend $100, you're gonna get a travel cloth. It's like your Enviro cloth, but travel size on the go. If you spend $150 before tomorrow night, you get one of our countercloths. You know, these over there, that in a little holder, I'll send you 1 for free. If you spend $200 by tomorrow night, you actually get all 3. You know, Enviro cloth, countercloth, and then the sample of detergent in a little packet, right? So pretty cool. Now, Norwex also has some deals all month long. It doesn't have to just be by tomorrow night, all month long. I don't have these yet. They haven't arrived yet, but I wanted to show, they have those fall colors. So these are the travel countercloths, travel Enviro cloths, excuse me. They come in a pack of 5, but they'll just be those fall colors. So you can add them to an order, right? And it will show you when you qualify, right? It'll be in the ordering post. These right here are tea towels. So Norwex has tea towels that are like, they have like a waffle-like feature, and they're like your kitchen towel. So you can get these 2 gorgeous orangey brown kitchen towel for your fall decor in your kitchen with an order here. There will be 20% off. And last is basically a household package. Enviro cloth, window cloth, dust mitt. These 3 together, Enviro cloth, window cloth, dust mitts, they'll come right here as a set in those colors for fall. So that is something you can combine with my Cinderella deals. You can get it all, get discounts, get free, all of it. You can combine together, right? So just message me and let me know if you have any questions about that. 2, can you not get everything you want? It's totally fine. Just host a party. It's free to host. It's really fun. It's pretty simple. I walk you through everything. Ask your host, you know, what her experience was. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But as a thank you for hosting, just pick a bag, green, pink, or blue, right? Book me in the color you want. And that orange one will be for our host when all 3 of these parties have been held, right? So it's pretty cool. You get on average, you know, $100 to $300 in free stuff, free shipping, you know, extra free stuff that way. And then your host unlocks more rewards. So it is pretty amazing. And we can do it online unless you live in East Tennessee where I am, and I would love to see about doing it in person. Last but not least, what would you do with $400? If you're willing to share, I would love to hear it. Doesn't have to be something, you know, earth shattering. Sometimes it's like, you know what? We need a new washer. I would like to pay off this card, this debit card, or this debt or whatever. Or I want to go to Disney and take my kids, right? So what would you do with an extra $400 a month? Like I said, Norwex is a great company to be associated with. Their core values are trust, integrity, respect, and kindness. And I personally know our home office people, and I can say that they do exhibit that. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, they're not perfect. But it's a privilege to be associated with a company that has a mission that wants to improve people's quality of lives and show them how they can reduce chemicals in their home and clean with cloths and water, right? Save money, save time, and be healthier as a family in their own homes. I don't know if you saw, one of the statistics was a stay-at-home mom is 54% more likely to get cancer than a working mom. because what we're around in our home is not actually that safe. And it just makes me so sad that our home should be a safe haven. It should be the safest place to be. It should be where our babies and our fur babies are safe, and not thinking, oh, what can they get into? They shouldn't breathe that, or they can't touch this. Wait, you can't be around that, or all of that. So I love that Norwex wants to help people earn that extra income to be able to, you know, just make it work for their families. Time's a little bit hard right now, and an extra $400 could just be part of your grocery bill, and that's totally cool, right? So let me know if you have any questions about that. It's actually free to join, and there's always room for us on our Norwex family. I hate to say on my team because it's not about me. I'm just offering this to you. I would love to do that for you. I mean, it's not about me. It really is for you. So any questions you have, just let me know. Let me see if I have forgotten anything, because again, not perfect here. So I've talked about all the products I want to talk about in the specials.